Hey wrestling fans, this is Rick from rickswrestlingblog.com. Hey, I just want to talk a little bit about a post I put up on my website here. I call it WWE Presents WrestleMania 30, and it's looking to be the best pay-per-view ever. So, hey, we need to talk about some of these matches, okay? They've got a good build-up going into Royal Rumble. They've got a good build-up with these superstars showing up like Batista and Lesnar and who else is gonna show up sooner or later. But I tell you what, right now there's so many matches you can just put together for WrestleMania that that's what I did. I put together a list of matches that I think would make an awesome WrestleMania. So I did put it up on my website. You can actually see it in more detail. That's rickswrestlingblog.com, and it's under the what's going on WWE. What's going on? Latest WWE. That's where I put it. I'm looking at the website right now. So, anyway, hey, I want to talk a little bit about these matches that I put together, though. So, I want to see what do you think about them. So, first of all, we know Batista's coming. Batista's coming on January 20th, and he's gonna be in the Royal Rumble. If he's gonna be in the Rumble, I really can't see him not winning it. But hey, I don't know what the WWE has in mind, but these are my thoughts. Hey, he comes in, he wins that Royal Rumble, he gets the title shot at WrestleMania. And I'll tell you what, him and Randy Orton would make a pretty good matchup. You're talking about the past team of Evolution, and then, if you throw in Ric Flair, Triple H just kind of hyping up that match, some good things can really come out of this thing. Here's the thing, though. Will Randy Orton really be the champion at the time? So we don't know. We're going to see at Royal Rumble what happens. Then we're going to see at the next pay-per-view the Elimination Chamber, because here comes Brock Lesnar already challenging the winner of the Royal Rumble. So we're going to see what happens. But right now, my first match, Batista versus Randy Orton for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Well, it's WrestleMania, and I really want every title to be on the line. So, Intercontinental Title match. The only thing I can see right now with Biggie Langston is him defending that title against Mark Henry, the world's strongest man. Why not? It doesn't really make sense why they've been putting Langston and Henry as a tag team. So, hey, in my opinion, they're just putting them together for a while just to kind of build this up to this togetherness. But I really do believe that Henry's gonna probably turn heel and gonna challenge Langston at WrestleMania for the title. So this is gonna be more of the student and the teacher kind of fighting it out. And let's see, does Henry have another title run in him? We know that this is the latter part of his career, but I don't see Big E losing that title anytime soon. And WWE's been pushing him so much that I think that Biggie Langston wins and retains, beating his mentor, Mark Henry. Alright, next title on the line, United States Championship, Dean Ambrose. And, well, we know that the Shield will eventually break up. Will they break up before WrestleMania? I think so. And I think that it's going to be broken up, and I think that it's going to be Roman Reigns, actually, that's going to turn the face and go against Dean Ambrose for the United States Championship. Now, would he win the title? Well, I know they want to make a push of Roman Reigns, so if they do that, then I think that Roman Reigns has a good shot of winning this title. And if not, well, it's also another way to separate Seth Rollins from the group. So, hey, we'll see, but I've got Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns for the United States Championship, and I've got Roman Reigns taking that title away. All right, Divas division hasn't really been doing much at all. I mean, there's no interest. There's really, unless you're going to bring in someone who's been here before, like, for example, Mickie James. I think she would be a great addition to WrestleMania. Bring someone like her in here, or, there's a handful of other ones, maybe Eve, or take Layla and just kind of restore her, because, she was good back in the day, and I believe she was recovering from an injury, but I thought she was already completely healed. So anyway, if not, I said that it's going to be AJ Lee defending her title against Tamina. It's about time that Tamina and AJ split up and something happened. So I really don't want to see AJ defend against another Total Diva. It doesn't really make sense after she's kind of beat them all already. So we'll see. That's the only thing I can see happening there. WWE World Tag Team Titles. Okay, Goldust, Cody Rhodes. Will they still be champions coming WrestleMania? I hope so. I know part of the talk is, hey, Goldust versus Cody, but I don't really want to see that because what's gonna happen afterwards? They're gonna be jobbers because I don't know. These guys have been putting on a show ever since they've been teaming together. So to have them come against someone like the Big Show and Rey Mysterio, and the reason I choose Big Show and the Rey Mysterio is because these are the two that gave them the battle at that last pay-per-view, where in the four-way tag match, it was the Big Show and Mysterio against Cody Rhodes and Goldust at the end, and Goldust and Cody Rhodes took away the victory. But then next Monday night, here comes the Big Show and Mysterio, and they won, and they won it. I don't want to say it was easy, but it was easier than I thought it would be, and they won. So they're kind of one-on-one right now. So I'm thinking that this has got to be the breaker. This has got to be the one. This is the final, and it's having a Big Show in there as part of the tag team is got to be pretty tough. So, but I did predict that Cody and Goldust would successfully defend the title. All right, so those are your titles. Now, some of the matches that I have in mind going in there for WrestleMania. Antonio Cesaro. Listen, this guy's a technician, okay? This guy can wrestle. Him and Sami Zayn have put on some awesome matches, and really the best match of the year in 2013. I can't see the WWE really bringing up Sami Zayn this quickly and getting him ready for WrestleMania, but I think it would be awesome if they did. I'm predicting it would be Antonio Cesaro versus Sami Zayn versus, triple threat, Seth Rollins. And why? Because now you are looking at the three best technical wrestlers that the WWE really has to offer. I mean, you got other ones in there, like Del Rio and stuff like that, but these guys can put on a wrestling clinic. Or maybe you make it a tag team and throw in a Del Rio in that match, and it's 2-on-2, but these guys, if you were to have Antonio Cesaro versus Seth Rollins alone, I think that could be the match of the night. If you were to have all three of them together, I still think that would be the match of the night. I think this would be just a surprise match for the whole pay-per-view and something to really look forward to. And this would be a classic sit down and then just enjoy some real good old wrestling. All right, Undertaker's got to make his comeback here, right, to WrestleMania to defend his undefeated streak. So Undertaker versus, the new Wyatt family member, Daniel Bryan. And I wanted to say Daniel Wyatt, but Daniel Bryan. Anyway, I know what you're thinking. Hey, wait, he's a Wyatt family now, so why would they put him against The Undertaker? Well, because he'd be a bad guy, and The Undertaker's a good guy. But if you have good guy and good guy, I really believe Daniel Bryan would be cheered and The Undertaker would eventually get booed. But to tell you the truth, even Daniel Bryan as a bad guy, I have a feeling he would get cheered, and The Undertaker might still get booed. But I think this is more of a passing of the torch. How many more matches can The Undertaker have? We know he hasn't been as healthy. So we'll see, because I think that The Undertaker, this probably going to be his last WrestleMania. And if it is, great. He can retire with an undefeated streak. But I've got him doing more of the passing of the torch to Daniel Bryan. Let Daniel Bryan win the match. Let him break the streak and be the only one in history to ever break the Undertaker's undefeated streak. Brock Lesnar. And hey, I know this one's a long shot here. Brock Lesnar versus The Rock. Yes, I know The Rock probably will not be coming back for this WrestleMania. I know. But, The Rock, we haven't seen the last of him. He's going to be back. He's going to wrestle. Again, even if it's just a match here, a match there, because of his movie career, of course. But the thing is, who else are you going to really put Brock Lesnar against? We don't want to see him against Triple H again. I don't have any interest in seeing him against Sheamus, even though Sheamus is making his return. I mean, it may not be a bad match, because, it's power and power, so... But do we really want to see Lesnar with John Cena again? I don't think so. I mean, and I don't want to see Brock Lesnar versus The Big Show, not at WrestleMania. We're going to see that now at Royal Rumble, which is good. So I'm saying The Rock and Brock Lesnar. And let them come together. And I tell you, I think this would be probably the main event of the pay-per-view. If not the main event, one of the main events. But I still think it probably is the main event. Again, it's doubtful that The Rock will come back, but Brock Lesnar, you got to give him a certain somebody to wrestle, and we're tired of seeing him wrestle Triple H. We're tired of seeing him with John Cena. Tired of seeing him with You know, he's got to just fight somebody. So, I mean, unless you're going to throw Batista at him, that would be something to watch. Okay? All right. Anyway, I've got the Rock pulling that one out. And by the way, The Rock's got to come back eventually so that he can go ahead and get his title rematch because, you know, last WrestleMania, he lost the title. Now he got injured, and so he hasn't come back. But he still gets his title. He's got that clause where he can come back and, you know, get a title match, you know. Clause. Anyway, CM Punk. It's not a WrestleMania without CM Punk. CM Punk versus the Authority, Triple H. Yes, this is a match that I think is in, you know, it's like they started building it up a little bit, then they completely died off and walked away from it or so, but maybe they're just going to hopefully bring that right back up again. But, you know, it makes perfect sense because you've got the Authority figure versus the anti-Authority figure, and I think that CM Punk, Triple H are going to will put down a great match. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, Triple H does not need to win anymore. Okay, I mean, he is the boss now. He should be putting over his talent. Okay, and McMahon did that all the time. He put over his talent. Triple H should be doing the same thing. So Triple H should be going down to CM Punk. CM Punk winning this match. All right, the Wyatt family. I've got the Wyatt family. Three big bad guys versus John Cena, Sheamus, and I would really love to see Chris Jericho come back because the three of them against the Wyatt family would make a great match. Really entertaining, kind of just really brutal kind of fight, you know, kind of thing. But I think it'd be a pretty fun match to watch. Oh, by the way, before I go too far, Triple H and CM Punk be one of the other top main event matches, okay? I mean, this would be a great match too, but I wouldn't consider it a main event. I don't think the Wyatt family is at that level just yet. What would be great is actually if they had the Wyatt family actually beat these guys, but that would really boost the Wyatt family up to pretty much about the highest level you can go. I wouldn't see it. I don't see it that way though. I did predict that John Cena, Sheamus, and Chris Jericho would actually beat them, but I think that would be a pretty fun match to watch. All right, and of course you need to have a pre-show match, and my pre-show match, I picked the Usos, who had a great 2013. These guys really deserve this championship, okay? So I really want them to have the titles already. Versus the new and exciting Xavier Woods and R-Truth with the Funkadactyls. You know, these guys have been putting on a pretty good show when they come in. Dancing to the Funkadactyl music and just, you know, entertaining. Xavier Woods has actually been pretty entertaining. So I think these guys would make a great tag team. I think they would give a good start to the whole pay-per-view. I think at the end of the day, they're going to all end up hugging and dancing. So, but that's pretty much it. So, hey, listen, that's the whole lineup here, okay, for WrestleMania. All right, now, if you want it in detail, go to my website. You can go ahead and see it in much more detail there. And that's it. Hey, when you get a chance, subscribe, okay? Thanks for watching. Bye.